Hi, I'm Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm with Best of U.S. Homes. This is my December 1st monthly report on the state of the real estate market. In the past, I've always spoken on an annual basis. Today, I wanted to bring it down to a shorter space, a quarterly basis. So I'm looking at our sales from September 1st through the end of November. I want to do this because there's been a lot of talk since roughly in July that we're having a shift in the market, and that is that we're shifting from a seller's market to a buyer's market. I don't know if I totally agree with that, and I'll explain to you why. First, let's look at the numbers. And I've divided the numbers into three separate categories because I think there are really two separate markets. One is those from, we'll call it up to 749,000, and then the second market is 750 to 1.5 million, and then the third market is those from 1.5 million and up. In the under $750,000 in the past quarter, September through November, 4,394 homes sold. That's an increase of 1%, which would basically say it's the same. The dollar volume, on the other hand, has gone up 6%, and that's a reflection that the median price in that under $750,000 has gone up 5%. Now, the other shocking number, or maybe it's not shocking, is that the inventory has gone down 8%. So to that, I would say that market is still something of a seller's market. That is to say, there are fewer homes, a decrease in inventory at an increase in price. So that puts the ball in the seller's court. They're in control. Now, the picture changes dramatically as you go up to the market of 750 to 1.5 million. There, in that period of time, 63 homes sold. That's a decrease. That's a 9% decrease. The dollar volume decreased 4%. So, and the median price decreased 1%. So that gives you an idea that that market is quite different than the below 750,000. And the number that truly concerns me is on a quarter-by-quarter basis from 17 to 18, the inventory, the number of homes available, has gone up 19%. Now, for the year, it went up 9%, but in that last quarter, we saw a 10% spike. So the inventory in 750 to 1.5 million moved up from 316 homes in 17 to 375. And I'll talk a little bit more about that because it's even more magnified in the 1.5 million and up. Sales actually increased quarter to quarter by 50%. Don't get too excited. That means that 6 homes sold in 18 as opposed to 4 in 17. And to give you some reflection, the inventory currently in the 1.5 million is 68. 6 sold. That's 10% of the inventory. This is shocking. So if I look at the inventory increase on a year-to-year basis, it's up 31%. So that's up from 103 to 135. I've been preaching this for 2 years, and I don't think anybody's listening. So I'm going to do it again. We are in the midst of the baby boomer sell-off. My generation owns 75% of the homes valued at $750,000 or more in the United States. And 9,000 of us baby boomers, are hitting 65 every day. That started in 2011. In 2023, the first baby boomer will hit 77. That's when, statistically, we start dying. When the baby boomer die-off starts to happen, what's going to happen to their homes? Well, for those people who haven't already sold them, they will transfer them, and it will be part of the largest financial asset transfer in the history of the world. We will transfer them to our children in our wills. My children live in Florida. My house is right now, I would say, a $650,000 home. I know what my son will do. He will put it on the market for $625,000 for 30 days, and then he'll start dropping the price. He'll take it all the way down to $500,000 because he doesn't want my property taxes. He doesn't want to pay the heating and cooling. He doesn't want to pay the maintenance on this property. He's going to turn it into cash because he's a financial advisor and he knows the future value of that $500,000 is a lot more important than holding on to a house to get your price. Now, what happens when he does that to my neighbor who paid $650,000 on it for his house and has a $590,000 mortgage? He's underwater. Does this sound like 2008? Well, that is what's going to happen. So that's what's going to happen in the real estate market. If you are a baby boomer, or if you have a home you want to sell, and you can plant yourself for the next 10 years, you're probably going to survive this. But if you're a baby boomer and you want to downsize and you want to move sometime in the next 5 years, today's the day to put the house on the market. Get it evaluated, put a fair price on it, get it updated so that it will sell quickly, and move on with your life. Trust me, I know. It's much more important to enjoy the rest of your life than it is to get what you think your house is worth. Get what it is worth, put it in a marketable position, and move on with your life. Okay, that's what's happening in the sales of the real estate market. There's a whole nother picture, and that's what's happening to the real estate industry. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll share that information with you within the next 3 days. And truly, if you're contemplating putting a house on the market at any time, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You aren't going to get this information from anybody else. I had the sales manager of the largest real estate company in Birmingham proper tell me when I started preaching about the baby boomer sell-off to shut up, that he didn't want to hear this. This would have been comparable when I was a financial advisor to saying that the market was going to crash. Well, it did. It did crash. And I did put the word out in 2006 and 2007 that we were in the midst of a market crash. And Merrill Lynch didn't like it, but damn it, if it's the truth, it's the truth. And if you look at the demographics, if you look at the financial markets, we're going to have a real estate bubble. And you need to know about it. So subscribe to my channel. I will keep you informed. Thank you.